Class, welcome to Lesson 9. In Lesson 9, we're going to cover relevance and quality score, which is a way to assess the effectiveness of your Google Ads. We are also going to cover Project 3, which will be how to start your AdWords campaign. And the final topic will be Google Analytics. Let's start with relevance and quality score instructions. Your relevance and quality scores are an indication of how effective your ads are. And so Google uses an algorithm to assess what they have seen from other advertisements and how to assess your advertisement against those successful advertisements to say, all right, here's how you compare to those. See, Google wants you to be successful, and so they will give you an assessment of your score, because the more successful you are, the more you use their product and the more successful they are. So that's why this functionality is built in, and it's great feedback. It's great feedback to know where you're at and how to improve. So all these readings here will talk about how to improve your ad. And then you'll write an essay of at least 150 words on these 2 points here. One thing I want to point out is that the discussion in here about how to improve your ads is really centered about delivering what you promise. And this launches a topic that I'll go into a little bit more throughout the remainder of the semester. But now that we have your business by and large established as far as a website and a purpose, and those of you who are doing products, you're getting to the point where you're creating those products to sell online. Now that we've got that basic structure done, I'd like to move over into a discussion of how to conduct your business with high morals, in essence, Christ-like business principles. And so I'll post a few things on this, but it really starts in the way you advertise, because it is so easy to fall into the trap of advertising, over-promising in your advertisement and then not delivering on that. And that can increase your traffic, that can work in the short run, but if you look at these readings, a lot of it is about delivering on what you promise. And that is something that we value oftentimes in personal interactions, but when it comes to business, for some reason, mankind thinks it's a little easier to skiff by without really delivering on that. But as your personal morality is reflected in your business morals, you'll find long-term success in that. So please note that as you go through these readings, it's from a business perspective, but you'll notice a lot of relevance and quality score is dependent on, are you delivering what you're promising in your advertisement. Next, let's go into Project 3 briefly. Project 3 comes down to it's actually a very simple submission. You will take 2 images, 2 screenshots, and that will be it. That's the only thing you've got to turn in for this project. What you need to do is prep to make sure that you have in your AdWords campaign 1 ad group, 2 ads, and at least 10 keywords. That's what I'm looking for in this project submission. And then once you have those things ready, you can do 2 images. One is a picture of your best ad group and the keywords. And number 2 is a screenshot of at least 2 of your ads on the screen. So one is going to show me those 10 keywords that you need, and the other one's going to show me the 2 ads, and I'll see that those are contained in an ad group. So that's it, and it even shows an example down here. Yours should mirror these exactly. These 2 right here. So all we need are those 2 screenshots, and that'll give us what we need. It's a basic project, but that tells me that you are ready to launch your campaign. You have everything there prepared, ready to go. All right, the last one is Google Analytics. Installing Google Analytics this is the most coding we will do in this course. This course doesn't deal with a lot of website coding. You can use a drag and drop builder, but you do need a tracking code and you need to paste it in a specific spot on your website. And that will depend a little bit on which website builder, content management system, or if you're building from scratch, that can vary where you'll need to paste this code. So if you're using a site builder, there's always a summary built into the Google Analytics instruction. Google Analytics is used across the board. It's a ubiquitous product. So you will, no matter the site builder, they will know what Google Analytics is, and they will have something prepared for you as to guide you on where to paste that code. So the assignment is simply to get that code pasted into your website and then submit a Microsoft Word document with these 4 items. So the tracking code and then some brief explanations. And I'll tell you, this is one of the most powerful tools of online business. If you compare it to a grocery store, they have their principles built around shelf space, and so there's premium shelf space, there's shelf space you can purchase, and if you want your product on a certain spot on the shelf, it may cost a lot of money, because these grocery stores have spent millions of dollars analyzing where people go in their store, what they look at first, and how they act. And it's been a very expensive process, but those grocery stores have done a great job of it, and then they turn around and use that when they're selling to wholesalers on where to put which product on which shelf. I share that because you get that same exact insight for your online business, but it's free. Google Analytics will show you everything, where a person goes, how they got to your website, how much time they spend on each page, what they click on next. You can look at behavioral workflows as far as where they go, which pages they go to, and what sequence. It's incredibly powerful data, and we're just going to go through the basics in this course. There's much more you can do as you study it further, because you can change your website based on the feedback from Google Analytics to make sure it's optimized for an incredible customer experience. So that's my pitch for Google Analytics, an incredibly powerful tool. I've used it on every website I've built, and it's something I would use on to report to clients regularly. So make sure you're comfortable with how to install that, and then we will break down a little bit some of that data later on in the course. Again, we'll just go through the basics, but try and get you a working knowledge of how to apply it. Then from there, you just have your weekly reflection. So we are back after week 8 to a more normal workload, the 2 topics, and starting project 3. Please reach out if you have any questions or concerns for me.